find a balance between what you really love to do, what you're good at, what you can be rewarded for, or what you can be paid for, and what the world needs right now. The last thing I remembered was I was talking about why um, startups fail. Right, most founders, like, one of the defining factors is that the market. If the market doesn't want you, then you are out. Right, that's the bottom line there. And then, how do I know this? Because I tried in e-commerce, in freelancing, service businesses, agencies, and other types of businesses, and I burned a lot of money because I thought doing what everybody else was doing, yeah, will lead me to the same success that they were able to achieve. But yeah, that was a recipe for disaster. And then that's when I found out that the right market to serve was the most important. Choosing the right market to serve was the most important step for me to get right. So I went back to I watched a lot of videos from Simon Sinek, and there are two things that really stick to me. One thing was the infinite business mindset. So yeah, I'll just try to show it to you here. So, what is the infinite business mindset? So if we think of business as a game, there are two types of games in the game of business. The first one is the finite business. The second one is the infinite business. So the finite business is really more about having a winner and having a loser, right? Since it's finite, it means there's an end and there's a beginning and there's a winner and there's a loser. So most people play this type of game in business. They try to win they win against their competitors. Now, the other successful startup brands play a different game, and that's the infinite business type of game. They don't play against competitors. They play against the market, the problems of the market. As the problem changes, they try to shift their products, their values, their brand towards what the market wants and needs, and sometimes what they also want and need. Ultimately, um, they try to innovate a lot of times, and sometimes they even anticipate what the market wants and needs before they even demand it. So one example of that is, let's say, Nokia versus Apple. So I want you to remember this. Like, most big brands in the past decade or the past century, they were toppled down, or they were defeated by brands that they didn't even know about. So let that sink in, because um, in the era of when Nokia was king of the mobile industry, right? Their competitors were, let's say, BlackBerry and other Samsung, yeah, other phone companies, right? But they were king at that time. But what happened was, Apple came, and then yeah, they got left in the dust, right? We know the story, but they said, the board of directors. I remember one of their CEO or their founders said, they didn't know where they did wrong, because the numbers were uh, telling them that they didn't have to worry about anything, right? So when Apple came up and they wanted to be different, that's why their tagline was "Think Different." Um, they wanted to play against their consumers. They wanted to dictate what the consumers were trying to get from them. As you observe, right? Like, even with today, like Apple versus Samsung, Samsung, Huawei, all the Android devices, they were laughing at Apple when they remove the headphone jack, but now everyone removed their headphone jacks, right? So sometimes these type of brands who are playing the infinite business mindset, with the infinite business mindset, they dictate what the market wants and need. So that's one principle that I want you to remember when you are trying to um, choose a market. Is this type of industry, or is this type of market something that you would want to infinitely play with, right? You must remember that, because if you're just here to win or lose, you might as well be in the wrong industry. So better try to dig deeper internally and ask yourself if you want to play the long game with this type of market, because you only lose when you stop. That's the infinite business mindset. There's no end, there's no start. You only lose when you stop. That's it. So there. And then the next one is the yes, another one of Simon Sinek's really great teachings, the golden circle. Like if we try to choose an industry or market we serve, sometimes we only get caught up with the what and the how, and we forget the why. So in the golden circle, there are three things there. In the most center part is the why, the reason behind why you want to serve this market in the first place. Why is it important that you serve this market in the first place? Why is it important? Why do you care? Why do you want to solve this problem in the first place? Right? So sometimes if we try to um, start a business, we only look at things like, oh, let's see, what should I create? What product should I sell them? What service should I offer them? That's the what part. That's the surface part, right? And then after that, you can then go to the how part. Like, if this is what the market wants, um, how do I fulfill what they need? How do I fulfill what they want? Right. So sometimes we stop there, and then we forget about why we thought about this in the first place, why we chose to do this in the first place, why we chose to serve this industry in the first place. Because the why there is what will lead you to the infinite game. The what and the how will always change. It will always change. What we offer to the people that we serve will always change. Like, people will innovate, competitors will innovate, demands will change, the methods will change, it will become faster, easier, but the why will always be the same. It will always be the same for people, because it's in our DNA, it's in our philosophy, it's in our um, psyche, it's in our psychological biases, our it's everything. The why there, the purpose. So when you think about the market that you want to serve, ask yourself why. Why is it important that I serve this market? Why is it important that I solve their problems? Why do I care? Why do they care? Why should they care? And why should everyone care? Right? So that's the other framework that I wanted to show you guys to see how you can choose the market based on the reason that you want to um, serve this market in the first place. So, an example, um, let's go back to Apple, because Apple is what I set an example earlier. So, what do they sell? They sell mobile phones, mobile gadgets, iPads, computers, right? That's what they do. They provide this type of stuff that makes it easier for us to connect with each other, find some other stuff in the internet, right? It makes us. They're like an extension. They sell extensions of ourselves, right? How do they do that? Uh, Basically, they have this technology inside their chips, right? And they have this ecosystem with the Apple ecosystem that you can connect. Uh, it's called Air. I forgot, but I'm not really an Apple user. But I mean, I'm an Apple user, but not really an Apple fanboy. But yeah, they have this great ecosystem, right? So that's how they achieve what we want to do with our devices. But the why there is where everything is very constant from when it started until now. So what is the why behind Apple? They just want to be different. They want to serve the creatives. They want to foster creativity. They want their devices to uh, become the tools for creative people to create and achieve things that we never thought could be achieved in in a click from our thumb, from our fingers, or from a swipe of our digital pen. So if you really ask Apple what they sell, it's the tool. Apple sells tools for creativity so that we can create things that we have never imagined before. So yeah, that's why. That's the why behind Apple, and ever since it has never changed. Like the reason why they created this device is why they wanted to connect everything. They want to um, they want to remove the headphone jack. They want to because they could easily add as many peripherals as they want, but there's a reason why those peripherals don't exist anymore, because they want us to be more comfortable in the ecosystem that they created, right? Because the less clutter, the better, right? That's creatives. They want everything to be easy. They want everything to be clean, right? That's creatives. So yeah, that's one example of a golden circle and how you can apply it to how you would choose the market that you want to serve. Now, the last one is something that we can apply right now. We can apply it very easily with just by writing or just by choosing or even at the top of your mind, what do you want to do with it. So the last method that I wanted to teach on how you can choose a market is the concept behind ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese word for purpose or reason for being. And I have a tribe that the name is Ikigai. So hello guys, shout out to you. And there the principle behind there is really to dial in on that balance between um, your purpose for yourself and purpose for the world. Like you have to find a balance between what you really love to do, what you're good at, what you can be rewarded for or what you can be paid for, and what the world needs right now. So ikigai is the concept that you can use to really find that balance and to really pinpoint which market gives you that balance. If you want to apply this, like what market is something that I want to be involved with, that I'm really passionate about, right? So you list everything in that category, and then you also list the industry that you think you're very knowledgeable at. You think that you'd be good at serving. There, you list that all. You can maybe list 5 to 10 industries or markets, and then you list out another category, which is what you can be paid for or what you can be rewarded for at a high quantity or high income or high value, right? So try to choose those industries. And then lastly, what the world needs. Like what is changing the world right now? What is the world demanding right now? What are some things that are they are so frustrated right now that they just want it gone. They just want it to be changed. So list that all out. And then somehow try to see all the things that you've listed, and then try to see the similarities and different uh and what differentiates them from each other, because you'll see that something from there will intersect. Like for example, what you love doing is music. What you're good at is producing music. What you can be paid for is uh, serving artists so that you can produce their music. And what the world needs is maybe a way for music to be directly available to consumers instead of going through record labels, right? So what's that? What's the purpose behind? So you could be maybe a music NFT producer, something like that, right? Since NFT is really changing the world right now. So yeah, that's one way you could use Ikigai. Now, if you want a much logical and much more like a step-by-step way on how to use the Ikigai framework so that you can properly choose the market and in the industry that you want to serve, we have here uh, a market finder workbook that you can download by scanning the QR code right now with your phone, or take a screenshot and then scan it later. Because in this workbook, there are steps that you can follow so that you'd really find your own ikigai, the purpose behind uh, what you really want to do, what you can really achieve, that you won't be tired of, because it is something that you really love, that you're good at, and you become more balanced in your pursuit between purpose and profit. You become more empowered and never get tired of building this startup brand or any type of business, because it is what you ultimately want to achieve in life, despite the hardships that it will give you. And that is how you will be able to play the infinite game against your market, and against your market, because you're balanced. You'd be confident that you will be able to play the game as long as you can, because that is your reason for being. That is your ikigai. So again, guys, if you want to uh, if you want to do this exercise with me, to try to find your market through the ikigai method, scan the QR code and steal this free workbook. And from there, also, you can join our community, branding mastermind for startup brands and service providers, so that we can also help each other. You can ask questions there, give some updates, and there are some activities also and challenges that you can join. And yeah, that's it for now. Um, I hope this helps you, and I hope you also learn something new, because these are some of the frameworks I also use for myself and for my clients when I try to create their brand strategies and their business plans and all the other stuff, foundational marketing that they need for them to penetrate with their go-to market strategy and achieve product market and brand fit. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope the workbook here that we're giving out for free for everyone will be something of use for you. And yeah, welcome, and hopefully, um, everyone was able to enjoy this. Bye.